Okay, we're looking at question 7 now. This is question 7. So look at question A. Now, hopefully, if you don't know what corresponding alternate and co-interior angles are, you've looked at my previous clips that I've put up on Schoolbox. But this one is what we would have called co-interior. See, that sort of makes the C angle. We could look at it, turn it sideways, and you can look at it that way. There's your parallel lines. That's the 72. That's the X. These are co-interior. So this is the same question. I'll just turn it around. So what do we know about co-interior angles in parallel lines? They add up to 180. So we can say X plus 72 degrees equals 180. Okay, and they are co-interior angles are supplementary in parallel lines. That means adds up to 180. So how do we get X? It's 180 minus the 72, which is 8 degrees. Oh, sorry, 108 degrees. Silly me. So that's question A. What about B? You got to look at B and you go like, okay, let's have a think about it. Where are the angles? So I've got one angle here. I've got one angle here. I need to sort of look at it sideways. This is what some people might call the F angles. That means they are corresponding. So if you look at question B, M equals 118 degrees and just corresponding angles are equal in parallel lines. So you just put a little reason corresponding with it. Okay, what about C? Let's pick a different colour. Okay, here's an angle, there's my parallel lines there and there. So where are they? They are inside the parallel lines on either side of the transversal. And knowing what you know from looking at those other clips of mine, question C is a Z angle or alternate. So A equals 121 degrees because alternate angles are equal in parallel lines. That doesn't, I need the degree symbol to be over there. Okay, now let's go back to D. So let's use a different colour again. Okay, got one angle there, one angle there. They're both inside the parallel lines on the same side of the transversal. So we need to use the co-interior. So we've got K plus 108 equals 180 degrees. They are co-interior angles and they are supplementary. Okay, so that means what angle do I have to add to 108 to give me 180? And we've sort of done this earlier. It has to be 72 degrees. Okay, that's question 7. Now let's do question 8. This is turning the questions around. Are these lines parallel? So the question is this line parallel to this line? Well, what happens in parallel lines? Alternate angles are equal. Now they are alternate angles, those two angles. Are they equal? No. So we can say for question A, not parallel, alternate, not equal. Okay, what about B? Let's have a look at B. We've got two angles here. Which ones are they? They are co-interior angles. Okay, what do we know about co-interior angles in parallel lines? They add up to 180. So we should have to have 180 plus 60. Does that give us 180? Yes. So yes, parallel. Why? Because co-interior angles are supplementary in parallel lines, and that works. Okay, what about question C? We've got an angle here and an angle here. They are the F angles. Okay, might not be particularly clear for you. Do it again. This angle here, this angle here. The question is, are these lines parallel? That's what we want to know. Well, they're only parallel if these corresponding angles are equal. Are they equal? Yes. So, yes, parallel. Why? Because the corresponding angles are equal. So then, oh, hang on, I just realised I did a spelling mistake there. Fix that up. So that's C. Now last one, D. Now here's the parallel lines. We have to sort of make it a little bit longer. They're asking, are these lines parallel? Okay, are those lines parallel? Well, there's a number of ways we can do this one. First one is, let's have a look up here. We can either find this angle by vertically opposite, so this one here, where I put the dot, this one over here, I'm putting the dot now on a straight angle. Doesn't matter which one we do. Let's call this angle here angle D, okay, because it's question D. We can work out the size of angle D because it's sitting on a straight angle. So D should equal 180 minus 117 degrees because it's sitting on a straight angle. So what is 180 minus 117? You can use your calculator or you can do it in your head, doesn't matter. And you get D equals 63 degrees. So that's what D is there. It's now, we know it's 63 degrees. Given we know that's 63, what about our alternate angles? These are alternate angles. So now we can say, yes, it is parallel. Because alternate angles are equal. So A not parallel, B yes parallel, C yes parallel, D yes parallel.